Tigray People's Liberation Front will have to make a big decision in coming days. The decision will determine the course of conflict or peace in Tigray and in Ethiopia. Which decision TPLF is faced with? What will it decide? Secondly, some pro government sources are reporting about uh, differences between two Fano commanders. Who are the two Fano commanders? Where are they based? Let's start with this new story. Then we'll talk about the challenge faced by the Tigray People's Liberation Front. Uh, Pro government sources are highlighting divisions in Fano. By the way, Fano groups solved their issues recently. In Gondar, we saw that AFPO and AFNF held talks. Darege Ballet and AFNF leaders met and they agreed to work together. Since then, I think there has been calm in Gondar. I did not hear about any infighting between Fano groups in Gondar after Darege Ballet and AFNF leaders met. Even Skandar Naga welcomed the meeting between Darege Ballet and AFNF leaders. Colonel Fantahun is also silent these days. Masri Shah, who wore ENDF uniform a few days ago, is silent too. It means that Fano groups have managed to sort out their differences. Though, have they finally created a central command? No, they have not been able to create one central command. But it seems they have tackled some pressing issues. But now pro-government sources are highlighting divisions in Fano. They're saying two Fano commanders are involved in a bitter rivalry. The two Fano commanders are from Gujam, Zamine Kasi and Mengistu Amare. Mengistu's group, Fano group, operates near Bahidar, Amhara regional capital. In February this year, I think, a doctor was killed in the Amhara region. And back then, Mengistu Amare led Fano group was blamed for that attack. Mengistu Amare and Zamine Kasi are allegedly involved in a bitter dispute. Any fighting reported between the two groups? I have not been able to confirm any fighting. But where is Mengistu Amare? If there are no issues, no differences, why isn't he appearing? PP backed people say that there is coldness, there are reports of fighting, and soon there could be a major conflict in Fano, in Gujum, between Zamine Kasi and Mengistu Amare. I could not verify reports of infighting, but we're working on it. Zamine Kasi is very strong in Gujum. It's very difficult to dislodge him from Gujum. He pushed Skandar out of Gujum. He pushed Masrish out of Gujum. He did not allow any rival Fano group to establish itself in Gujum. I think Mengistu Amare will have to submit to Zamine Kasi. Otherwise, Zamine will launch an operation against Mengistu. Zamine does not tolerate any opposition. Let's see. Will they reconcile? Will Zamine Kasi launch an operation against Mengistu Amare? That remains to be seen. Secondly, viewers, TPLF is faced with a big decision. Hard times ahead for TPLF. What will it decide? Around 24 hours ago, A key meeting was held in Humera, chaired by Demek, head of security, Shate Damleo, administrator of Humera Volka Sagade. Humera residents and government officials participated. And there, Demek and Shate Damleo disclosed that the return of Tigrayan IDPs is going to start. They said after November, the IDPs from Tigray will start returning to their homes in Humera Volka and Sagad. Why after November? Because they said that harvesting of crops is underway. After harvesting has been completed, the return of IDPs will start. They, Colonel Damakazadu and Ashad Damlo, they urged people to welcome Tigrayans, firstly. Secondly, reportedly, some Amhara settlers are being told to leave. During the last 4 years, 4 to 5 years, after Amhara forces took control of Western Tigray, Humera Volka Sagade, Amhara settlers were brought in Humera Volka Sagade. They were settled in these areas. And it is being said that eviction letters are being now issued to these Amhara settlers. They're being given a time to leave the area. Secondly. Thirdly, questions were asked about the return of IDPs by the participants of the meeting. They asked if the IDPs will be accompanied by Tigrayan security officials too. Colonel and Shat Damlu did not give a clear answer. They said that they'll talk to federal government of Ethiopia and then they'll let the people know about this topic. Now we know that TPLF and Tigray military, they have been opposing the return of IDPs, unilaterally being done by the federal government. And TPLF laid out some preconditions recently. Tigray interim government laid out preconditions. One of the precondition is sorry. One of the preconditions is the dismantlement of Demak Shedadamdo government before the start of the of IDPs. Second precondition is about withdrawal of all Amhara forces, Takaze guards, etc., from Maravolka Sag. Thirdly, TPLF and Tigray military, they want withdrawal of all the settlers who were brought in Maravolka Sag after Amhara government took office here. These are three main preconditions. Fourth precondition is not stated publicly, but it is about restoration of TPLF status. It is the main precondition. TPLF wants restoration of its status before the start of return of IDPs. Because TPLF knows if IDPs return in Volka Sagade, then TPLF will have no issue, no topic to pressurize the federal government. That is why TPLF and military laid out some difficult preconditions. The government is not going anywhere. Demak is here. Guards not being made to withdraw. Some Amhara settlers could be withdrawn. Will that be acceptable to TPLF? If TPLF opposes the process of return of IDPs, federal government will discourage TPLF. Federal government will engage international community that TPLF is opposing the return of IDPs. If TPLF supports the return of IDPs, it will have no issue, no other issue. And IDPs return, then TPLF will have no other issue to pressurize the federal government. The issue of a restoration of its status then might not get positive response from the federal government. That is why now Tigray People Fund will have to make a big decision in coming days. Either something big could happen before the end of November, so that the process of return of IDPs does not start. If the process starts, it will be difficult for TPLF to obstruct it. Let's see. Thank you for watching.